is I'm creating a new scenario, okay, and this scenario name is I'm saying Expedia search. Okay, I'm creating a new scenario to search in Expedia. Okay, the tag is search for cars in Expedia. So my scenario is search for cars in Expedia. So this is same. Okay, now here the next second step what I need. Okay, let's go to Expedia. So first step is open the browser and enter Expedia. That's what we already doing. As soon as we see the Expedia, we have a lot of options here. Okay, so we have to click on cars. Okay, and we have a text box here. Suppose if I say Chicago, I'm searching Chicago, same as pickup. Okay, and pickup date is I'm saying 8. Okay, and pickup time is 10:30. That's fine. When I do search, so this is what we're going to do now. Okay, as soon as we see the search, we have to see whether we got the search results or not. So this is our scenario. Okay, let's see how we can complete this scenario. So what is the first step? Open the application. Okay, then search for cars. Okay, this is my step, right? So I'm writing only one step. I'm doing everything in that step. Search for cars and verify the results. Okay, verify the results. Okay, so I completed my steps. So I created only one new step, right? So when I copy this tag, when I run this JUnit test, let's see what happens. Okay, to open. Okay, see, this is saying this step definition is missing, right? There is an error. Now what I need to do, I have to copy this, go to where? Go to where? Step def, right?
Step def, yeah.
I went to step def. Okay, I pasted here. Okay, next step is I just copy some, I'll copy one method here and put this method. This is then only, right? I'll just cut this and I'll put it inside. Okay, and I'll say my car name is something, search for cars. This is my method. This is what you have to do. So this is the step definition, right? So you created a step and you created a step definition, and go to constant and see what do you have. Okay, it is targeting the target. Now I change it to Expedia. Okay, now when I go here and run, let's see what happens. Okay, the first step is success. The expedia.com is loaded, right? So this is loaded and my scenario is passed. So 3 steps passed. Okay, now inside this step def we're not doing anything, it's blank, right? Now what we have to do, we have to write a logic to search for the cars. Right now we're not doing it, it's empty, everything is empty. Now how to do that? So step definition should not be having any kind of application logic. So step definition should have a method, and that method should call the other method where we're going to execute our application logic. So we have a folder called pages here, and we have a home page. We can go to home page and we can write a method here, and that method we can call from the step def. So what do we have? What do we have in the home page? So home page is just a class. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me create a new page. I'm saying new other class Expedia. You don't need to do that, but I'm showing you how to do that. Expedia page, and you create a class, a new brand new class. Okay, so what you have to do is just copy this constructor and put it here. Okay, and the construction name should be Expedia page, and we need a web driver in our class. See, what did we do? We created a new class called Expedia page, and we have a global variable called web driver of class web driver, and we have the constructor. Okay, don't ask me what is a constructor except Jyoti. So we have a constructor. So is this a parameter constructor or default constructor?
Parameter.
Yeah.
Parameter.
Okay. So here what we're doing is, in this constructor, this dot web driver equal to web driver. So whoever calling this, whoever going to create object for the Expedia page, what they have to pass? They have to pass the web driver object, right? So any questions here? If someone is creating the object to Expedia page, what they have to pass?
Driver.
Driver. That's it. So when someone is passing driver, that driver will be set in the class variable. Okay. So this. Okay. So that's what we're doing here. See, the web driver, and we have the constructor. That's it. We don't need to do any other things. Okay. And we are doing page factory dot init and events. So page factory is the Selenium class. See, and page factory dot init elements, again this is calling a static method, right? And this will do some initialization of the elements. So this we have to do. Okay, when we do this, this is ready for our execution. This is ready for our implementation for application logic. And next thing is, if you look at the step definition, what did we do here? We have a page called home page, right? We have a variable called home page, and this home page, this step definition class has a method called setup. In this setup, we are creating the object of the home page. Same thing we have to do for our Expedia page. Let me type it. Public Expedia page, some object name. Okay. Import this Expedia page. Okay, now copy this Expedia page, go here, equal to super dot get. We have a method. Okay. new Expedia page. Of,
Here E is capital.
what did you say?
After new E is capital.
E is
After
capital.
new.
Yeah, it's capital only, right? Yeah, it's capital
Do
only.
we, do we need to give capital?
Here, yeah, this is a object creating.
Object create.
Expedia page equal to new Expedia page. Object creation. This is a class name.
Class. Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay. So I created the Expedia page object, but while creating the object, what I did, I'm passing the WebDriver, right?
Yeah.
Now I got the object. This is how you have created, right? You want me to go back to Code Java?
No.
Okay. Raj, are you good? I'm just creating an object to Expedia page, but Expedia page has a private constructor. I'm just passing the WebDriver. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Now I got the Expedia page, right? Now what I do is I'll go to Expedia page and I'll create a function called public void search for cars. I created a method, right? So this is the empty method again. Okay. Inside here sysout calling search for cars method in page in Expedia page. Okay. Now this method I'm going to call from step def. So where is my step definition? This is the one, right? These are my Expedia step definitions. Let me move this to. So here I search for Expedia page. I got the Expedia page object get search for cars. Okay, I'm calling Expedia page method. Okay, let's see what happens. Don't worry about here. I want to see this out here. Okay, look at here. So we are calling the Expedia page method, right? Now what we can do, we can write our logic in Expedia page here. Write our logic. Write the logic. Any questions here? No questions?
Yeah, no question.
Okay.
So to summarize, summarize what you were trying to do is apart from the existing target, whatever the URL that we were calling, you were trying to create another page for test page for Expedia.
Yes.
And that one you have created in the pages folder for the Expedia. And in the constant.java, you have added that URL as well. But this is which page that you are showing right now?
Okay. Let me summarize from my side. Okay.
Yeah.
I created a new Expedia page. I want to keep all my Expedia methods here. Okay. And this Expedia page method I'm calling from step definition. Okay. This is the step definition I have created for my new step. This is my new step. Search for cars and verify the results. So where is this step definition? This is inside the step definition class. So inside this method, I'm calling expedite page method. So I'm navigating from step definition to Expedia page. I'm coming directly here. Here I can write my logic. Okay.
Okay.
Like that you can create many pages if you want. If you don't want, I don't want to do all these things, I'll just follow exact framework. This is called customization, enhancements. I want to follow I just want to use the home page. I don't want to create, it's very complex for me, then don't do it. Just go to home page and write the method and directly call from step definition. If you want to create multiple pages, you can do it like this. This is the enhancement, this is the customization of the framework. You're adding more things in the customization. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's go to Expedia page. Now let's write our logic. Okay, now let's see what do we need. So when we, if you look at here, whenever we open this page, whenever we run this scenario, see there is a small section, it is always showing up, right? So when we have that section, we cannot select our, what is that? Stop there. So whenever I run this one, right? So the page is open. You see this section here. See this? We're seeing this one, right? So this is overlapping on this one. So what I need to do is, whenever I see that, I have to do, it is not coming here because, yeah, see this? It's coming here, right? When I do escape, it will go. So what is the first step we have to do? I have to do the escape, right? So for that escape, what I can do is,
That can be called as a pop-up window, Suresh. Like,
yeah,
is it this?
pop-up is different. Yeah, you can, even if there's a pop-up, you have to escape, right? You can use this code. So what I'm doing is escape the, you can say pop-up on right hand side. So to escape that, so this is the code. So there is a class called actions, and again this is a, look at this is Selenium class, and we created an object act new actions and passing the WebDriver in the constructor and act dot send keys. This is a method inside this actions class, and here we're using keys dot escape. Escape is one of the key. Build dot perform. When we do this, what would happen? Let's see. Let's put some time.
Maybe the calendar selections.
No, no, no. Actually, I let's check that quickly. Hmm. Oh, okay. No, I got it. Okay, so what I had done is when I created this one, right, directly I created an object here. Instead of doing direct object creation, what I have done is I went to the super class base steps, actions base steps. In that class, I created this method, and this method is just returning the object. So that is a small change I did, but you don't need to worry about that. Okay, even if you don't understand, that's fine. Just ignore that now. Okay, now I'm going to Expedia page. Okay. Now we have a search for cars. Go to step definition. Here is our step. Just go for search for cars and right click and run as chain test. See, it got escaped, right? So what did we do? In Expedia page, escape the pop-up on right hand side. So to escape the pop-up, this is the code. Okay, and this method we are calling from step definition. Any questions here? This is simple. Just ignore what I have done before. Any questions here? Okay, now let me extend this. Now what is the next step? Next step is go to Expedia, click on the cars, right? To click on the cars, what I need to do? Click the car, right click, inspect, go to crop path. See this, how big it is showing. Export, CSS selector, absolute export. Now what I do is, instead of that, I do right click here and copy export and see what this will show. Select the cars. Okay, this is a shorter one for me. Or I can do one more thing. See this span? When you click on the span, it is showing span contains text cars. I can copy this one directly. So this is the shortest one for me. I went inside, I click on the span, the cars, the label here is cars, right? This is under span. So it is showing the shortest one. I copied this and I'm going here. Okay. So let me delete this. Okay, this is my X path. Okay. So what I can do is on top of the method, I'll just create a web element and I'll call the web element as a cars link. The name is cars link and I'll cut this and I'll put it here. Okay, this is my X path. Okay, now what I do is, see this. This is the annotation provided by Selenium. This is Selenium class. Find by how.xpath, using xpath, and this is my xpath, and capture the web element by name cars link. This is my name. I can give any name here. Okay, when I copy this, do this cars dot. I see a lot of methods here, right? Clear click. So since it is a link, I want to click. Okay, so before I click, what I do is I want to sleep for 1 second. I don't want to rush. Okay, after I escape, I'll wait for 1 second. This is 1 second wait. Wait for 1 second. Then select the cars. Now let's see whether this works or not. See, escape is gone. It kicked on cars. See, now this section is enabled. Now what is the next thing? My scenario is completed. What is the next thing? Next thing is this one. So here, yeah, pick up. So click here. When you click here, right click, inspect, go to Propal and see. Yeah, you're getting it from ID, right? What did I say? Taking it from ID is the best thing. Okay, now put the XPath for this one. Let's find out the other XPath as well. Click on this, inspect. Yep, I got this. And I have two IDs. Okay, now let me create the XPaths. This one. How to create? So what is the name of this? Pick up, drop off. Okay, so I want to say pick up. Pick up. What is the XPath? This is the XPath. Okay, for now I'll just do the pickup. Okay, copy this, pick up the car, pick up dot send keys. I say I want to go to Chicago. Chicago. Okay, so what I do, I copy this, I put here, and I put here. Let's see what happens. This is how you have to develop one by one. Get a XPath, put it here, run it, and see whether it's working or not. Okay, element not. Okay, for this, what did I do? I use this XPath. Where did I get this XPath from? Field icon. So inspect. Yeah, we have ID here. Field icon. Let me copy here. So that did not work, right? So what I do? Copy XPath. I'm changing the XPath now. So instead of is this the same XPath? Yeah.
I have one point here.
Yeah.
So earlier you have selected ID, but where you were declaring the variables, right? You said how.xpath. It should be like ID, right?
You can put, see, this is the XPath. I'll tell you that. Okay. Let me show you that. Okay. So if you want to give ID, you can give something like this. Okay. But all you have to do here is you don't need all this stuff. What is the ID? This is the ID, right? You can do something like this. You can give the ID. something like this. Just give the ID. But when you give XPath, you have to give the whole XPath. This is XPath based on ID. Both will
Okay.
work. Both will work. But if you
Mhm.
go with ID, just give the ID. But this and this both are same. Okay.
Okay.
Let's run one more time. I spent almost 45 minutes and I completed this scenario. I wanted to show you some good scenario which covers everything like the escape and drop downs. Okay, it is failing here. So before I pick up, I have to click this. Let's see. Okay. Try this one.
Actually, it is inside the rent first tab. There are two tabs over there in the cars, rental cars. And
Yeah, it's a by default it's selecting income. But let me see. I use this ID. D1 of button. How did I get this ID? Mm, copy. Yeah, let me try this ID. See, you have to try like this. Sometimes it may work, it may not work. You have to try all the options. So try this option. Okay. See, it got it right. So after 3 attempts, I got this. So I tried CrowPath, I tried browser inspect, copy XPath. See, when I do XPath here, it worked. Now what is the next thing? When I pick up Chicago, okay. For that, right, okay. Now what's happening is when I say Chicago, here I'm seeing options, right? With the option I want to pick this one. To pick this one again, I'm going to inspect. I click inspect. You see this. Okay, let me try this. Copy, export, let me try this. Just select pick up option. And I'm going to give this. It entered Chicago. Why? See what happened to C. It is going too fast. Yeah, it is going too fast. So what I'll say is I'll put some timer. So better you put a timer for every step. For every control, it will take 1 second. It will go very slow. Enter Chicago. Will not save it.
Suresh, in the select, the C is missing. Does it matter?
Where select? Where is C is missing?
Where you put select dot.
That's name just
Here. Select dot we pick up the option on the find by. It is on the top.
line number 34.
Line number 34. Yeah.
That is just a variable.
Where?
Here? Oh, this is a variable
Right.
here. Anu.
Okay.
You can put Anu option also here. It will work.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Did I use this one? Okay. Before I use it is see. I'm sending key here, right? For the pickup is this one.
Suresh, that
Yeah.
is a list drop down, so you can go by the index, right? Instead of type in manually.
Yeah, we can go by index, or I'm just giving an option. Let me show you. Suppose if you're selecting a Chicago, right, and you know what you have to enter. So first one will give the always the right option. That's why I'm selecting Chicago. This is Chicago. I'm entering on the text box. From there I can select by index. But the problem is here it is entering Chicago when I run this. Let me show you. When I run this, it is not entering Chicago. It's entering Chicago. See? Why it is entering Chicago? Okay, stop Chicago. I say New York. I don't know why it's entering Chicago. Okay. What it is? So let me put some more timer. Let's wait 2 seconds. Pick up. This is the one, right? Come on. I really don't know why it is and missing. Okay, let's do one thing.
Suresh, can you just try space, giving space?
Yeah, I can do that. But
Before it was working, it
yeah,
was put in Chicago first
yeah,
time.
I don't know why it is behaving like this. Yeah, I can do Chicago. Let me try this. I have put some space. So that may be a problem with the Mac driver. We don't know. The same code will work with the Windows driver. Okay.
It worked now.
No, we have put the space.
Yeah, just
Okay.
with space.
Yeah, so it is missing space, so it started from Chicago.
Okay.
But that's not the ideal way, right? This is just a workaround to give a space.
That's how you have to build your Selenium. Don't think that your Selenium suit will run all the time. Even though sometimes when you give the correct XPath, sometimes it may fail. The browser behavior and browser interaction, communication, network, it all depends.
Yeah, initially it was taking without space also. Now,
Yeah, initially it was working. First time it worked.
That's what I'm saying, right? This I'm using Mac driver, Mac Chrome. There may be some issue, I don't know. Okay, now we are running out of time. So what I have done is I have this code. Let me put everything. So for now, I'm just putting everything here, okay? Because I have created this scenario before the session. I captured all the XPaths. I want to show you whether. Okay, let me run this quickly. Sorry, 10 now. See, it is working, right? Yeah, fast. So what did we do here? We selected Chicago and I did not enter this one. If I don't enter, it's the same as pickup, okay? And the pickup date also same. I clicked on pickup date, and if I want, I can select 9 or 10 date, okay? And I can pick up the drop down as well. So what I have done here is with the code. Okay. So until here,
these things actually we should do all these things.
Yes.
What if you can guide us is like how do you work with those objects, like selecting the values and so on. We will build that code.
That's what that's what I was going to tell you before I hand
Yes.
over this to you. At least I have to show you, right, how we can do this when.
I mean, instead of you coded, right? So I feel that way. That's my opinion.
No. Until here we have done. Okay. Above one is from the class, from the session, from the today's session. Okay. But the below one is from my code.
Yeah, so you don't have to give that now. So
But what I'm saying
team
is,
will be doing the whole, like the homework. If they see any failures,
Yeah,
they
okay.
will take you help.
Yeah. But
actually, this initial introduction on how to select this and facing the challenges is really helpful. Maybe rest of the fields we can do that later.
Yeah, I want to show you that one. See how I captured,
No,
how
I mean
changed it.
that's don't worry about it. So we'll slowly get there. And so far, right? Even I did not get chance to to work on a search box itself, like entering some data and then verifying the results. Because we missed the last session video, right? So you sent us only the code, so I was stuck with that. So don't have to feed everything in one session. We can get there slowly.
Okay, so this so what we have done so far is we went to the Expedia. Okay, we clicked on the car, we escaped, we clicked on the cars, and we entered something here, right, in the pickup, and we selected the date. For the date selection, what we can do is I created a element. Okay, button contains date 10. Okay, this you will get it again. So here, if you don't want 10, if you want 15, you can select the 15 here. Once the
So
calendar is
what
open,
is
you
that? No,
hmm,
button contains is what a method? How did you get that?
there's an XPath.
XPath.
Everything is XPath here. I'll show you that. So when this is open, see, look at this. Select the 15th here. Look at this. So this is the XPath to find the 15th date. Button contains 15.
But I know, so which month? Let's say if I want the July or December month, how do I get
See, go to the link. Okay,
there?
select it and right click and get the tag. That's what. So everything is XPath, Jana here. Everything is XPath. If you look at the data hyphen day is showing 9, right? This is a button. Under button, the attribute data hyphen day is 9, right? So same thing I did here. XPath using button. Under button contains data day is 15. Click that link. Get that element. This is how you have to get it.
But my question was, I don't see the button contains. I see only data
This
day 15. How do I get there? This was
look
my
at
question.
this. This is a button, right?
Yes.
In this button we have arguments like data, day, class, type and everything. Okay.
Mhm.
Right click XPath, Jana.
Yeah. So this is XPath only, but this is the XPath I have identified using the attribute called data hyphen day. When you don't have the proper XPath, you can identify it. You see, look at the XPath it is showing, how big it
Okay.
is. So I don't
Yes.
want to go for that. So then what I did is I went to the button. Okay, I say I will check for the ID. Even if it has ID, it doesn't work, right? I cannot have ID for each date. Then what I check this, okay, this button has a data day. When I select 9, it is showing 9.
Okay.
Okay, same thing I did here. Button contains
So
inside the
the contents is the one you coded that there.
yes.
Button. Okay, that's what I'm
This
asking.
is
So
the
I.
expression of XPath. This is the
Okay.
expression of the XPath.
Okay.
Okay, so if under data day, if it is 15, it will get the element of the 50. If you give 30, it will
Yeah.
get the 30.
Yeah. But I wish like what month and that also we can write,
That
right?
also you can write. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to teach you how to capture each and every web element.
Yes.
Okay, that is your job.
Mm.
I'm going to show you few examples. So I picked the very complex one. Expedia is a very complex one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we have spent a lot of time on this. if
Mm.
if I spend time on Expedia, that's why I went to a lot of websites today and I picked especially Expedia, because that will covers everything.
Yep.
If you understand the Expedia search functionality, you can do it very easily of Target, Walmart and all other stuff, even Amazon.
Got it.
Got
Thank
it
you.
right? So this has a lot of drop downs, and we used escape, we used the drop downs, and we have the calendars. That's why I picked it. Okay, even though if you don't understand, you have to work on capturing the XPath. That is your duty.
Hmm.
Okay, I showed you how to drive the car. Okay, when you learn the car driving, you will go in a easy path, right? They will take you in a small road, or they will take you where there is no traffic. Okay, from there, once you get your license, you have to spend time, you have to put your effort to learn how can you go on the highway and how can you go on the traffic. That's your job and your duty. But what I'm saying is everything is a X path. If you can identify X path, you can complete your job very quickly. The whole Selenium is running on X paths. Capturing the right X paths takes time. This whole Expedia scenario I completed in 45 to 1 hour. It took 1 hour for me. It may take 3 hours for you. That's fine. It may take longer also. It may take 6 hours for Madhu or Jana or Anu. For Jyoti, it may take 1 hour. That's fine. But you have to work on capturing the XBoss like the way I did. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Once you click on the search, again you have to verify. Once the search is done, you have to wait for 10 seconds or 15 seconds, because sometimes it may take longer time, right? You can wait for 60 seconds or you can wait for 3 minutes. Once this is done, you can check whether this page is loaded or not. How can you check the page is loaded or not? Find out something here, something like like you can say 287 is a dynamic, right? How can you identify here?
Title?
Title, where is the title here? There is no title, right? That's why.
I mean, the total includes taxes and fees. That will be standard, right?
Yeah, that will be, that's what that you have to identify. You can check whether filter by is there or not. You can check whether this one is. You have to find out the static one and the best one.
Sure.
For now, I'll go with this one, or I can check whether this drop down is enable or not, available or not, exist or not. If this drop down exists, that means what? I'm seeing the search result. But generally, they'll show something here, search results, right? But that is missing here. Because of that, you have to go for alternative. My alternative is going for this drop down or going for this one label. To go for this label, go to inspect, go to the span, check whether the crow path is available or not. Yeah, span contains, okay. This is, you cannot use this, right? Because 287 is a dynamic. Then next thing is go for this one. This is a very bigger one, but still I go with this and see what is the X path of this. The X path is, yeah, I'll go with this one. Or I'll go with this filter by. Yeah, I'll go with this one. This is the easiest one for me. H2 contains text filter by. If I see filter by, that means what? I went to the next page, right? So this is how you have to work. Mostly clicking the button, clicking the link, putting the data in the text box and clicking the buttons. That's all, nothing else. So if you look at this code, I escaped a small pop-up, click on the cars link, click on the pickup text box, I sent Chicago text to the text box, and I click on the button. Then again I click on one more button, then I click on one more button, and I clicked on search. You can do like this, or you can create a tag here. You can create element here. The best thing is going and creating the elements here, but this is a faster one. But you have to create something like this for each and every XPath and every web element. Okay. Yeah, that's all today.